In the high and far-off times, the elephant, O best beloved, had no trunk. He had only a blackish, bulgy nose as big as a boot that he could wriggle about from side to side, but he couldn't pick things up with it. But there was one elephant, a new elephant, an elephant's child, who was full of insatiable curiosity.
Excuse me.
As I say, he was full of insatiable curiosity, and that means he asked ever so many questions. He lived in Africa, and he filled all Africa with his insatiable curiosities, as you shall see.
Excuse me.
Oh!
But why do your tail feathers grow just so?
How dare you ask such a question, you little beast?
Well, excuse me. But what makes your skin so spotty anyway?
He asked his broad aunt, the hippopotamus, why her eyes were so red. He asked his hairy uncle, the baboon, why melons tasted just so. And still, he was full of insatiable curiosity. He asked questions about everything he saw, or heard, or felt, or smelt, or touched, and all his uncles and his aunts spanked him. And still, he was full of insatiable curiosity. One fine morning by the old water hole, this insatiable elephant's child asked a new, fine question that had never been asked before.
What does the crocodile have for dinner?
And they spanked him immediately and directly without stopping for a long time. When that was over, he came upon a kolo bird sitting in the middle of a wait-a-bit thorn bush.
My father has spanked me, my mother has spanked me, all my aunts and uncles have spanked me for my insatiable curiosity, and I still want to know what the crocodile has for dinner.
If you want to know that, go to the banks of the great, gray-green, greasy Limpopo River, all set about with fever trees.
The Grosso Limpopo?
Limpopo! 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 Limpopo!
And so he went away. He went from Grahamstown to Kimberley. From Kimberley to Commerce Country. And from Commerce Country, he went east by north. Till at last he came to the banks of the great, gray-green, greasy Limpopo River, all set about with fever trees, precisely as the kolo bird had said. The first thing that he found was a bicolored python rock snake.
Excuse me, but have you seen such a thing as a crocodile in these promiscuous parts?
Have I seen a crocodile? What will you ask me next?
Excuse me, but could you kindly tell me what he has for dinner?
What he has for dinner? How would you like a spanking from my scalesome, flailsome tail?
Ouch! This is odd, because my father and my mother and all my uncles and my aunts have all spanked me for my insatiable curiosity. I suppose this is the same thing. I don't have to come all the way to the dopey Popey River to get spanked. I can get spanked at home.
Now you must know and understand, O best beloved, that till that very week and day and hour and minute, this insatiable insatiable elephant's child had never seen a crocodile and did not know what one was like.
I don't get spanked anymore. Stupid python. Excuse me, but do you happen to have seen a crocodile in these promiscuous parts?
Come hither, little one, for I am the crocodile.
You are?
Yes, and I have the tears to prove it.
You're the very person I've been looking for all these long days. Will you please tell me what you have for dinner?
Come closer, little one, and I'll whisper. I think today I shall begin with Elephant's Child!
Let go! You're hurting me!
So you see, the crocodile caught the elephant's child by his little nose, which up to that very week, day, hour, and minute had been no bigger than a boot.
Let go! Let go of me!
My young friend, if you do not now, immediately and instantly, pull as hard as ever you can, it is my opinion that your acquaintance in the large patterned leather jacket, and by that, of course, I mean that crocodile there, will jerk you into yonder limpid stream before you can say Jack Robinson. This is the way we bicolored python rock snakes always talk. Inexperienced traveler, we will now seriously devote ourselves to a little high tension, because if we do not, it is my impression that yonder self-propelling man of war with the armor-plated upper deck will permanently vitiate your future career. That's the way we bicolored python rock snakes always.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it. What are you doing that for?
Excuse me, but my nose is badly out of shape, and I'm waiting for it to shrink.
You'll have to wait for a long time. Some people don't know what is good for them. Bandage number 1. You couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose.
Yeah?
That nice tall grass over there sure looks good. Bandage number 2. You couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose.
Yeah?
My word. Don't you think the sun is very hot here?
It is.
Bandage number 3. You couldn't have done that with a mere smear nose.
Yeah!
Now, how would you like to get spanked?
Excuse me, but I should not like it at all.
I see. Then how would you like to spank somebody?
I should like that very much indeed.
Well, perhaps you'll think of something.
Thank you very much. You've been very kind. I better go home now to all my dear families and let them know I'm all right.
So, the elephant's child went home across Africa. And when he felt lonely, he sang to himself down his trunk. And the noise was louder than several brass bands.
Where is that elephant's child? It's been days since I've given a good spanking.
Child! What on earth are you doing? Come here at once and be spanked.
Pooh! You peoples don't know nothing about spanking. But I do, and I'll show you. Limpopo.
Limpopo to you.
Bananas, where'd you learn those tricks? And what have you been doing to your nose?
I got a new one from the crocodile on the banks of the great gray, green, greasy Limpopo River. I asked him what he had for dinner, and he gave me this to keep.
It looks very ugly.
But it's very useful.
Well, things grew so exciting that his dear families went off one by one in a hurry to borrow new noses from the crocodile. When they came back, nobody spanked anybody anymore. And ever since that day, oh best beloved, all the elephants you will ever see, besides all those that you won't, have trunks precisely like the trunk of the insatiable elephant's child.